Alright, welcome back everybody to another episode of City Skylines. In the last one, we were just kind of doing a pretty good expansion of the city. The city used to only be about this size, now we're moving out over this way. I don't even think we have all this zoned. Let's check real quick. Yeah, we don't have all this this area zoned out. Sorry about that. As you can see, we got some complaints about garbage. Garbage. So I'm not sure if that's a recent mod that I installed, or if it's just because this is too far out. Let's go ahead and see if this will make it any better. Yeah, let's go and do that. Let's just connect it up right into there. So we got a bunch of these guys. Let's see here. We got space over here. So let's go ahead and put down one of these guys. We're making okay money. Where are you? Is it the recycling? Yes. So let me put that guy down back here, something like that. I want to be careful. I don't want to, take up too much space. Maybe move these guys over here and then put that guy back there. That could work pretty well. No, I don't want to do that. So we'll just move these guys to across the street here. And hopefully, will that be enough room? I don't think that's enough room, is it? Let's go ahead and do the upgrade tool. And we'll go ahead and extend that out. And take this one across the street as well. So right along the riverbank there, you got some ugly garbage burners there, but oh well. Oh yeah, I was looking for this. So we're gonna put this guy down right back here. So that's gonna create even more of a traffic jam here. Is there a bad traffic jam? Oof, there's a lot of trucks on this road, and they're all stopped waiting for a train. That could be part of the issue as well. Why don't we go ahead? It's a pretty straight road, so why don't we go ahead and just bridge over it. Let's just make it easy on everybody. And I think it goes straight across. Yeah, perfect. Okay. So yeah, we'll just bridge across. So I'd say we'll go 15 high on this one, just because that's usually what happens with train tracks. Usually they do things a little bit higher up. Come on, there we go. Okay. So a nice bridge. It actually looks pretty good. It's pretty smooth on this side. It's okay on the side. I don't know if it's the mod or if it's the game, but I can always get it looking pretty decent on this side. Like, as you can see, as we could drop into first person view, it's like almost perfect. Like, there's a little bit of an issue there, but it's good. But then you come to this side and it's just like, I don't know. I don't get it, but it's the way things work in this game. So there we go. So that should get trucks moving through here, and they're going to get directly onto the highway now. So they should be heading straight for the city and getting everybody's trash nice and cleared up. We are going to need to do something about traffic on this road. Oh yeah, while I'm thinking about it, they added a couple new things to this to the mod that does adds more roads. So under the let's get the tutorial away. Under here we have the new small rural highway. So it's just the 2 lanes. Fortunately, it doesn't have a texture for the American roads, but oh well. And I think I've shown this off before. We got the 2 lanes, and I think that's all that's new under there. But then under here, we now have a narrow 4-lane road. Again, I wish it was textured for American city, but American roads, but unfortunately it's not. But this actually takes up, I think, the same space as a regular road does. So how they pull that off, I think they pull it off because there's no parking on the side of this road, which makes sense. Because, I mean, if you took away parking, that's basically a whole nother lane. So I think that's how they squeeze that in there. Of course, now if you add that on there, that kind of gives you a little bit of perspective. So that's about another lane, I guess, roughly. The sidewalk's about the same size. So, I mean, more or less, it's about a lane. So it works pretty well. I got to use those recently in my other city just to test them out. And they work pretty well. So what I'm going to do in this series, we're going to create a little town. What I was thinking is that let's go ahead and buy this land so I can show this off a little bit easier. Let's go and buy that one and that one so we can connect it to the highway. So what I was thinking is that this runs over this hill here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to route this down and around the hill, just because that just seems more realistic to me. I mean, they always put trains where the path of least resistance, where it's gonna, even though it might take a little bit, it might be a little bit longer to get around the hill. It it doesn't use as much resources because you're not trying to get, you know, freight trains to climb up a steep grade. They're able to kind of, you know, maybe a little bit of grade, but nothing too much, you know, and coming back down, you know, that's a whole nother beast. So, kind of what I was thinking, we might buy this square too, is that we kind of, we redo this rail, and then we put a passenger train station off of it, station off of it. We're going to run a highway down into here. We're going to run a highway that connects up into here. And there's just going to be like a little small town in here. Basically, it's just going to be a small town that, you know, just pops up around the passenger station, which makes sense. You know, we'll do some retail, some light housing and whatnot, and just kind of create a little town around it. And eventually it may grow into something more. Not sure yet. In fact, I already know it's going to grow into something more, but, you know, we'll just, you know, we've just kind of been playing this game how we have all along, just kind of taking it as it goes and then going from there. So, we're gonna go ahead and kind of leave that there just so I have a point of reference, I suppose. Not that I really need it, but just in case. We do not have enough money. I guess with building all that stuff, we don't have the resources right now. Let's see, are we taking out loans yet? We have not. Let's see here, we can take out this one. That's here, 60. Wait, this one, oh, that's 200. Yeah, let's, do we need 200? Or can we get away with 60? I think we can get away with, how much is the train station itself? Let's find that out first. Let's just use the standard, oh man, I've got a lot of these installed. Let's just use like a standard rail station that we have. Maybe the rural station, which costs 20 grand, so that's not too bad. Well, let's start by focusing on getting the railroad routed around it. So let's go and take out this one here. So at least we can get the rail up and going, and then we can kind of work on getting everything else sorted out afterwards, actually building up everything and building up the town and whatnot. So let's go ahead and do that. There we go. Okay, so we need to break out this tool with the rail. Let's see here, maybe come across here. This isn't as tall, and if we kind of come up around the side and kind of curve around it, it's going to work a lot better. So let's go and get this tool out. Let's see, the original rail, so maybe we can kind of start out over here like that and just kind of curve on around. So yeah, that looks pretty good. And then start curving back in and then try and get it as closely matched up. Yeah, look at that. That looks pretty good. And the hill is pretty level, like it does go up a little bit, but it pretty much stays at that once it goes up, and then it does come down just a little bit. But that looks pretty good. So now, let's see if we can get a nice bridge coming up and over. We're going to do a nice lengthy bridge here. And then on the other side, we'll do a little bit shorter, but still pretty lengthy. Just to get it all nice and angled and looking good. Can we just come straight into that? Yeah, that doesn't, well, yeah, it's a little rough, but I think we can fix that up a little bit. Yeah, as you can see, we used up quite a bit of money just doing that, so we'll go and let that settle, but that looks pretty good, I'd say. I wonder what this train's gonna do. It's just gonna disappear, okay. I was wondering if it was gonna get sucked towards the track, or if it was just gonna disappear, and it disappeared, so. Let's see here, what if we kind of, yeah, I was kind of thinking of building up around this lake, so it's gonna be kind of like, you know, ooh, we should probably flatten this out a little bit. Let's let the game play out a little bit. Do we have this area zoned out? Because we have quite a bit of demand right now in terms of people wanting to move into the area. That one there, no, we don't. So let's go ahead and zone this out, because that'll probably build up pretty quick, and then that'll make us more money. Will cause some more traffic, but you know, oh well. How's this area looking? Looking pretty good. We could probably go ahead and let's see here, go into which menu? This menu. and it's that one there, and go ahead and do this just to kind of fit. Ooh, there's no bridges. That's interesting. Well, that's something I got to work on, but oh well, it is a work in progress. But at least I'll get some faster. Well, that was weird. Some faster speeds going. As you can see, they just kind of rocket off there, which is cool. That looks good. That looks good. All right. Should we do? I don't really want to, but I think we almost need to do a stoplight there. But I'm gonna go and let this be for now. It could almost. It is a one-way, isn't it? Yeah, it is a one-way. Okay, I was gonna say it could almost be a one-way, but it definitely it already is. So, if this starts getting pretty bad, then we will need to do a traffic light there. But I'm not going to worry about it quite yet. Yeah, we're not gonna worry about it quite yet. So, how much money we got? Okay, we're starting to get some money back, which is good. Yes, we know. Thank you. Does this... Okay, that was already expanded out. Okay. So let's go and close that. So, okay, so what we're gonna do, is we're gonna flatten this out a little bit. So we're gonna get out our... Click on the right tool here. We're gonna get our terraforming tool and see how bad we can mess this up. So kind of feather that out a little bit, make it look pretty good. You know, it doesn't need to be completely flat, but just need to flatten it up just a tad. Wouldn't hurt at all. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Could be a little bit flatter, but it's still got a little bit of a hill to it. Yeah, that actually looks pretty good. It's a pretty good little uphill climb, which is good for being next to the lake like this. This will make it a good little lake area. Kind of protect this area a little bit, but it's a nice smooth slope down, nothing too extreme, so that's gonna work pretty well. So we've got 150,000 in the bank, so let's go ahead and pause this. Let's go ahead and kind of place everything. So let's go ahead and place this guy. I'm almost wondering if we should build... No, we're not going to. I was kind of thinking like we could build, you know, kind of the interchange here to start the freeway down, and then maybe do something with, you know, connecting the highway up to this, and then maybe eventually doing a four-way interchange. But I don't really want to do that quite. I don't think I want to do that here. If we can kind of help it. Yeah, this is all pretty good. I think this is gonna be a pretty good little area to build off of. Alright, so let's kind of get an idea. Do we have to, if we go into the train station, we can build, can we build off the track? No, we have to build off the road. Okay. Like usual, but we can definitely, we can do that. Do we, I think we'll build on this side, and then we can kind of build back and kind of meet up with the, yeah, that should work. So let's go ahead and start with doing this. So we'll start with kind of out over here just to kind of give ourselves some space, and then it'll just kind of curve and meet up with the rails here. And then I think from there on it's going to kind of come into the city. I think it's going to be, the city's going to start over here. As well as, but I think the I don't really want the train station to come off of here if we can help it. So maybe do a little spur up here, and then kind of start doing some grid out here. Just a small little amount of grid, just kind of like a small little area of grid. And we'll probably end up working away from that. Where's the first road going to be? I would say it would probably go right there, so we can kind of, if we can grab the right tool, kind of come straight off of there and do something like that. Maybe come straight off of there. Maybe we can do some sort of crazy curve or something. That might work. And then we can come down probably to there. That would probably give us enough room. Yeah, we're not going to do this whole area grid. We're just going to do this first little area by the train station gridded out. Maybe small little grids like that. I think that'll look pretty good if we do that. And kind of maybe off-center it a little bit. Just kind of make it look like a new area. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Almost feels like we could use one up in here, but I don't think I'm gonna worry about that. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna plop down that train station. Is that going to give us enough room? I think so. Yeah, I'd say that's gonna give us enough room. So we're gonna then connect it in. Ooh, that is up on a hill though. I didn't realize that. Maybe we can use that to our advantage. Maybe, because if we do that, it's gonna be pretty steep, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, jeez. Look at that. All right. So if we cut that and not that, but if we go ahead and elevate that to 12, like so, and come straight out. It's gonna drop down, really? Okay, so come straight out like that, and then we can come down and start curving and reconnecting up into here. So that way it'll all work out. And then from here we can just do something like that. That'll work. Okay. So it'll be a nice little run up, and then this will actually leave you elevated. It'll actually go up a little bit more, but not too much, and it'll take you across this roadway and then come back down. Nice and gently. Look at that. Look at that. It's beautiful. Alright. That'll work really nicely. I mean, might as well. It's already elevated, you know, we can go ahead and do that. So we might end up having to do that with this one here. But at least trains that are leaving or coming into the station will not block this road. So that's good. That's a good design. That's a very good design. Here, though, we are going to just build some commercial and whatnot. And just various little things. No, we don't. Well, maybe this... Yeah, maybe these first squares by the train station can be something like that. You know, just kind of getting people are coming out of the station and whatnot. And then everything else can be kind of housing. Like so. And housing and housing. Sure, why not? Go ahead and fill in these blanks. Fill in these guys. We're going to leave this blank for right now. Don't need to get too crazy in this area. We've already got a lot developing out over there. And then we're not going to offer too much over here right now, just because it's such a new development. But with the train station, it should bring some commercial, and with bringing some commercial, it should bring some people wanting to move out here as well. So that all works. Let's get our road ran. So that guy will probably maybe keep coming along that, and then eventually curve up into here and connect into this road. So let's go ahead and just do that, and then we'll just kind of do a nice easy curves and connect, or not connect, but follow the rail, and then it will eventually curve back into there like that. That looks pretty good. Yeah, and then it'll connect up into there, so that looks pretty good. So this area is pretty well connected as it is, but we are going to connect it a little bit better with the main city right now. We're going to delete that, and we're just going to kind of, I don't know, have a little fun with this. So it'll be a fairly straight road, but you know, we will kind of come at a little bit of an angle like that, and then eventually end up like that. So that looks pretty good. So yeah, that'll probably eventually become an actual city street. But for right now, I mean, it's not needed. The speed is more needed right now. So maybe we can kind of do something about this here, just for now. Just give a nice little speedy connection for everybody. We need to finish the pipes, which we did not do, because I was wanting to run that to kind of get an idea of how things are going to run here. Ooh, we're gonna have enough money. It's a lot of pipes. That's crazy. Alright. And then we need to run power. So we are out of money. Well, let's go ahead and make sure we run power. We're gonna go and run them semi-close to the roadways. We're also gonna take a little bit of a shortcut just to save on money a little bit, because that's how we do. Wow, that's starting to back up a little bit there. We're probably going to need to get some buses going here pretty soon, I would imagine. 0, okay, you can actually run these underground too, and I always forget about that. I think we're going to need to start timing these lights though, because we are starting to get a little bit of traffic backup, and we're going to be getting even more with this road addition here. Do we have any development over here? We need to pause it, because I forgot that we put the train station in, and well, that needs power, so we got that. You guys got water? You guys should have water over here. Why don't you guys have water? Did I miss something? Did I not connect it? I see water flowing. Did I miss somewhere? I see water. Oh, something in here happened. So let's go ahead and disconnect and reconnect. Hopefully we'll get some water coming through, unless that's just too far away from the original source, or we don't have enough water. In fact, I'm thinking that it's that we don't have enough water. So let's go ahead and draw a little bit of power. Actually, why don't we just go and put this guy in right here, just for now, just to provide us some water. Be a nice little iconic thing in this town as well. Why not? Alright, so that's looking good. We have some people building out here, so that's always good. Probably not gonna have too many people using the bus station right at the moment, or the bus station, the train station, but we'll get that all figured out. I do want to get some buses going, but I think we'll wait a couple episodes on that. We are about 20,000 people, so I mean, it wouldn't hurt. I mean, we are starting to get some traffic problems here and there. Definitely need to time these traffic lights now though, and we're going to go ahead and do that. Let's just go ahead and get it done and over with for this intersection. Hopefully the mod won't break, so let's go ahead and time these two here, and we're gonna go next. Alright, so we're going to, oh yeah, we'll go and start on that one there. So this needs to be red. We need to add a state. There we go. So this will be red, that'll be green. So people turning this way, and we're gonna actually break this off. Yeah, like that. Alright, so people coming around this way can come around. This is going to be, let's make it for about, yeah, that looks about good. And then we'll add another state. So this, no, that, right? No, we need to, yeah, do that. Okay. So this will turn red, but that'll stay green, so left turn can still keep going. Okay, so we'll add that, and then we'll turn, we'll add a state, we'll turn that red, we'll add that, and then this side can go. Now this side's, there's like no traffic right now, so we're just gonna make it like 5 seconds. Like any car that is gonna, it's gonna be able to make it in that 5 seconds. Alright, so we're gonna add that. Was that green on the last one? Yes, it was. Okay, let's go make sure that's red. And we'll just go and save that. We'll add this last state, which will be this one. And this one doesn't need to be very long either. I'm going to go and double it for 10 seconds, but I think that should be good. So let's just make sure all this is lined up. So we have this guy, both of them turn into here. So we can save that. Edit. That's still green, but this should be green. That would have been a big mistake. Good thing I went through this. And then that's red, that's green, and that's green, that's good. And edit. That's green, and that's green. Perfect. Alright, so we can go ahead and start that. So that will allow traffic to flow smoothly through here. Let's hear. Can we get a? Yeah, we got a garbage truck. I just kind of want to see what this looks like from the perspective. It looks pretty good. I kind of wish they would get rid of these raised edges here, but I'm sure that's all going to come with progress. I mean, this is a very early mod right now. That truck gets moving quick. Oh, they use that to get into the dump area, which makes perfect sense. I have a feeling that we're going to need to create an interchange here very soon. But we will kind of turn a blind eye to that just for the moment. We actually have a lot of traffic coming across here, but that's all good. So as you can see, traffic is turning left here, and then as this traffic is going, this is still turning left. So that should get traffic moving pretty good. Hopefully it'll keep the off-ramp free for a little bit. Yeah, it's doing pretty good. Traffic coming this way. Let's see if they have enough. Let's make sure they have enough time. Yeah, I mean, more than enough time. And then this direction, yeah, more than enough time too. That's all timed really well. One thing I want to do... Okay, that is yield. Let's go and put that on then. And that's yielded, so let's go and put that on. Just so people have all the room in the world they need. Alright, that's looking pretty good. I'm not sure why they're getting stopped up here so bad. Yeah, they like have a pause. It's strange. I think that this might have been just a little too close to the intersection, but oh well. Was it saying that some area wasn't, or we're just running a little bit low on water? I think is. Oh no, we are completely not watered over here. My bad, guys. Sorry about that. Well, I'd be mad if that was me. I'd be like, I wouldn't even build there. I mean, wouldn't you be able to know that before you build? Just saying, you know, not that I don't appreciate you guys building, but eventually I'd figure I'd get the message. Just saying. So that's probably going to just drain our usage, isn't it? Everybody taking water? Maybe? No? No? Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so that is just full. That is crazy. So maybe we should at least have it. I don't even know. That's what I was afraid of. I'm trying to think of how I managed this before, but I think we are gonna need to get another train depot area. And I'm kind of wondering if we put it over here and bring it off of the frontage road. That's going to put a lot of strain on the frontage road, though. And I don't really want to do that if we can help it. So we might put it all onto this road. Ooh, I don't know. Maybe kind of do some weird interchange in between. I don't know what we're gonna do right now. We're gonna kind of not pay attention to that right now. Let's go ahead and at least give these guys something out here. Are we running low? We are running low on power, it looks like. Let's at least give these guys a police station out here, so maybe they'll make them a little bit happier. Let's check our power. Yeah, our power usage is over. So we have an extra power station out here, right? Yes. I did not want to do that. I meant to turn that on. So that should get power back up to where it should be. And garbage trucks are flowing nicely through here now, since we fixed the rail problem. I haven't really seen too many messages about garbage, so that's good. I think it had a lot to do with the recycling center, and most of all the overpass on the train tracks there definitely helped out, because it was stopping a lot of the trucks from getting there. So yeah, so this area is filling out pretty good. Let's take a look at our population growth, going right up, which is great. That's what we want. So I think in the next episode we'll kind of focus on building around this lakefront a little bit, kind of building a couple neighborhoods around it. Probably turn this into a regular road and just kind of you know, build around the lakefront, whatnot. We have a nice water tower on the edge of town here. H2O, nice. This is one of the newest mods I downloaded. I'm definitely gonna have to go through my mods, because I'm having some stability issues with the game right now, so I'm gonna have to try and get that figured out. But definitely, guys, as always, if you like this series, go to the like button, if a favorite, subscribe, comment, all that kind of stuff. Definitely stay tuned for future episodes. And as always, thanks for watching.